Oh, looks like such a hillbilly. Gotta make sure the national incomes for the public. Sure come my beard. I don't offend any Muslims. A little bit of red in my eye. I don't know. I'm guessing the sound is fine. I'm assuming. I'm turning it up just in case. I have no idea if this is working. Oh man. I'm so hot right now. Beards get itchy. A long work day. I'm glad it is finally over. And my weekend has started. Now this is such a great beard. Okay. What I would like to talk about is morals. I didn't understand the difference with moral arguments, so I started watching all these different videos with different views, and the internet is a really great tool for learning all kinds of different information. What's morally okay, but some is not morally okay with others. Like you got your regular society of people, and then you got your perverts, just sprinkled throughout regular society. Then you got your Hollywood, your upper class perverts. Then you got your religious perverts. You got I'm not bringing up Muslims because I'm not, Muslims not a race, so I'm not being racist, but this is what the SJW types like to make it all about. Ooh, you can't be racist. You're white. That proves it. Oh yeah, that's a legitimate argument that I've heard like a million times. Oh, because my skin's white, I must be a racist because this is something Muslim. No. Don't be retarded. Muslim is not a race. You repeat that. Muslim is not a race. Otherwise, you're going to have the same shit going on here that you have going on in the UK. I had thought about going to the UK before, and now that all that shit is going on over there, I don't think I'm wanting to go. That place is like a shithole. I really don't give a fuck if people know who I am or see my face or know what I look like. If they don't like what I have to say, fuck them. Maybe I'll pay for consequences of what I say, but, last time I checked, I'm not a pervert trying to fuck people's kids. Just like some Middle Eastern men going around and raping women in the UK who live there. They're residents in the UK. They're going around, Muslim grooming gangs and raping these women. Sounds like the UK needs to take some notes from America. Give them their fucking dick and balls back. Give them their firearms, and so they can stop being a bunch of pussies. Take care of their problem. It might be too late for them, since they're not doing anything, you know. And what's funny is Christopher Hitchens pointed this shit out a long time ago. Oh man, I wish he wasn't gone. He was always fun to listen to. Like, even if I didn't understand everything exactly what he was saying in every argument, he still was very well spoken. I think that's why a lot of people like to listen to Hitchens. If I don't comment, I'll start looking really. Hmm. 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 There we go. Something else I would like to talk about. If people like, they want to say like, just because if you like comic books or if you like any supposedly nerdy, like, how does how does that make it nerdy? How does that make you nerdy or somebody else nerdy? If you just like what you like. Kind of the same thing with doesn't make real sense to me, because if you look at, I've seen people who are like sports fans and they don't necessarily look like the type that comes off as like Macho Man Randy Savage or some shit. They look like they're you know, fat or, you know, old or, you know, out of it. There's nothing's wrong with that stuff. You know, if you want to be fat, you know, it's your own choice. Some people can't help it, you know. I mean, I know there's like health issues if, you know, for some people being heavy set, and I understand that. But for people who are that way, you know, that could do something about it. And then they want you to accept how they look and then complain about it if you don't. No. Why not just get on a treadmill? Let's see. I know my beard is really, really thin right now. I'm trying to grow it in thicker. It's taking a while. Yeah, instead, why not get on a treadmill or, you know, go to a gym, you know, go for walks. Don't shove your face full of food every 5 minutes. I mean, I'm guilty of that, you know. I'm guilty of shoving food in my face. I don't do it all the time, but whenever I do it, I, like this morning or last night, I did, and I ate some ice cream and some orange slices, and that was just not that was not good. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I felt like shit the next day. I felt really bad because I like that night whenever I got home from work, you know, and I worked out. I felt really good about working out, and then, you know, I had a sweet tooth type of thing come over me, and I really wanted some ice cream, and I had a bowl of ice cream. Not like a huge bowl, but just like kind of like a regular bowl of ice cream. And and I ate a smaller bowl of ice cream, and that it just feels so much like shit after eating that ice cream. No, I'd like to talk about abuse. Specifically, we'll talk about child abuse. There's different types of child abuse. You know, you have physical abuse. You have mental abuse. It's hard to talk about because, you know, my mom, she was always, you know, mentally abusive. She would always yell at the top of her lungs. And I try to not do that. You know, whenever I get frustrated or mad or upset or something, you know, I try to control myself. You know, but not so much yelling. Yeah, but if you're raised a certain particular way, you know, and that's all you know, that's kind of like where the religious people come from. You know, the type, you know, that type of crazy is all they know, and that's all they come from. So that's what they do, and that's how they were raised. The same with like physical abuse. You know, whenever, you know, kids are little and they don't understand, and you know, you kind of give them that surprise pop, you know, like on the butt. Doesn't necessarily physically hurt as much as shocks them or kind of surprises or scares them or whatever. And it's to get through their head, you know, and not supposed to be doing that. And you're supposed to, you know, they get a little older and they know how to use language, then you use your words. And I didn't really get that or understand that because I was raised by somebody who was mentally abusive. They did not raise us right, you know. Came from a religious upbringing, and they didn't bother to want to teach us any kind of life upbringings of, you know, how you're supposed to, you know, be should get that responsible. You know, my mom would always talk about responsibilities. My dad was probably the more irresponsible one. And it has to do with child abuse because whenever you're screaming at the top of your lungs like a crazy person all the time at your kids, you know, it's probably not a good idea. You know, and then you have like people who went through more physical abuse than mental abuse, which physical abuse probably is not as bad, I would say. I'm not sure which one's worse because they're both pretty shitty. Physical abuse and mental abuse. You know, especially my dad wasn't as abusive as my mom was mentally, but whenever you tell your kid that you're going to pick them up somewhere and then you don't show up, or you say you're going to and don't show up, and then you wind up walking home, get home and say, "Hey man, where were you at? You said you were going to pick me up. You didn't pick me up." And my ass was left walking about 2 miles from my school because it's short of the distance that I'm able to ride the bus. I'm not able to ride the bus because it's not, you know, to the 2 mile distance. I think it was worse that that they had me walking to school, to like elementary school by myself. I'm surprised nobody like kidnapped us walking back and forth to school, being that little. That really surprised the shit out of me. I don't know. I'm hoping this beard grows in a lot better than it is now. Man, the main things that are irritating me right now is to do with liberals, with the SJW shit. You know, there's some that are more extreme than others. Fucking believe all the shit that they're saying about Donald Trump, because it just, you know, it's shit that he's saying because he knows it's getting riled up. And people that are the voters, you know, they want to hear somebody speak their mind. And Donald Trump did not apologize for any of the shit that he was going around saying. And that turned out to be a good thing for him, because he wound up getting the vote. I personally don't know Donald Trump, but I don't believe all the shit that's being said about him, because it just sounds fucking retarded. Is he a underhanded snake oil salesman? Sure, I can buy that. Is he sexist? Probably to a degree. I wouldn't say he's not at all. Maybe he's a little bit. I don't know. I don't personally know Donald Trump. I don't personally know. Like, this is what's stupid, is people think they personally know these people in government. I don't personally know any of these people to make judgments on them. What kind of a dumb argument? I mean, you're trying to, you know, if you're one of these people, you know, there's this, just trying to win arguments, and you're only arguing because you want to win an argument, you know, or it's a gotcha moment, or a want an argument moment. Dude, it's just fucking retarded. Why not examine, you know, your views and your beliefs and actually come to an intelligent decision, rather than arguing about, you know, what's factual and correct? Why not figure out what's factual and correct, instead of being a goofball on the internet, you know, trying to prove somebody else wrong? Just fucking seems very childish. I think this was the problem with Twitter, because Twitter is full of a bunch of SJWs. See, I've been working on my shoulders, so you can tell, like, it's been helping a lot, and I've been doing like shoulder lifts, dumbbells. I've been doing some other workouts with it, so it's not just that one. But that's all I see on my feed. When, like, if I go on my Facebook, my profile, all I see is a bunch of people like bitching, whining, complaining about fucking Donald Trump. Donald Trump did this, or Donald Trump did that. Like, some fucking little kid complaining about their other sibling. Oh, look what this person did. Donald Trump is having something to do with Russia. I personally don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about any of that. How does that fucking affect me, being a fucking poor person. Why the fuck do I care? Donald Trump is in a completely different fucking class than poor white people. Why the fuck should anybody that's poor or middle class give a shit? I mean, they do because they think like Donald Trump is some kind of religious, like, holy Christ reborn bullshit. I mean, that right there makes no fucking sense because Donald Trump's not fucking religious. He might, pretend to be, but he's really not. I mean, how many religious, well, I guess you could say there's plenty of religious people that have their own show. It's probably a bad example. To con people out of their money. I guess he is more like them. Let's see, maybe it's growing in pretty good. Yeah. The only thing that sucks is I need to lose weight in my stomach. It's hard. It is very hard to lose weight in your midsection. Oh, what's the really fucked up? Something that's pretty fucked up is all these people on the left. They want to run their mouths and talk shit and say fuck you. Look at this racist motherfucking bigot. Blah blah blah. Look what Roseanne said and blah blah blah. And you have somebody who's a leftist always running his mouth on Twitter, making pedophile jokes. They sweep it under the rug, and then it comes out. Somebody digs it up, so it comes out later on. And he's like, oh, well, that was so many years ago. Yeah, but you still said it, you sick son of a bitch. Still said it, you sick fuck. What do we do with these fucking freaks? I mean, I'm not talking about, people necessarily making jokes. I'm talking about, I don't really give a shit what somebody says, honestly. I don't think people should be fired over what they say. That's just an opinion. What I do think needs to happen, personally, this is my personal belief as somebody who is a parent who has kids. And I think it's the best interest in society is, if you don't stop the problem with the laws that are in place, are you going to let prisoners, do your job for you? Take the trash out, because when they find out somebody's like that in prison, they take them out. That's what our court system should be doing. Is the people that they know who are messing with the kids, they should be taking out this garbage or this trash. Why are they not taking out this trash? Yeah. They should be getting all this trash. Have an amazing mustache. Yeah, don't be jealous. So I got, my mustache is awesome. This is growing so long, so fast. Like, if I was to shave all of this off right here, I'd probably look like 5, 10 years younger than I look right now. Which is a funny thing. Like, I honestly look very young for my age. And if I was just to shave all of this shit off, probably like 5 or 10 years younger. And yes, I know it's a live feed video, but that's just because I'm too retarded to figure out how to upload videos. So me doing a live video is a lot simpler. I wasn't raised right. Thank you. I was not raised right. Shoot, back when I was growing up, we actually had MTV. Before you knew that Michael Jackson was a pedophilia molester, you know, whenever he was making videos, it's good shit, not as later on shit. Okay. That is later on shit. Oh, Jesus. Now this reminds me of like looking in a mirror. Look in a mirror. And gosh darn it, I like myself. Like I said, we need more cowbell. Oh, that shit was funny. I've had people tell me, like, whenever I'm talking about that type of shit, like Saturday Night Live, they say, like, hey, who's Chris Farley? Who's Chris Farley? Fucking go look up a video, go watch one of his movies, and you'll know who the fuck Chris Farley is. It's not that fucking hard. It's not that fucking hard to use Google, people. Come on, motherfuckers. It's not being lazy shits. Use Google. Fucking look up Chris Farley. Oh. I'd say one of the movies I enjoyed is that 40-Year-Old Virgin. That was pretty good. Oh man, I hope this sound is fucking working. If not, I'm gonna kick myself in the ass. Say something. Well, I am saying something. What the fuck are you talking about? Say something. How I suck my butt. Say something. How about kiss my ass? I know there's a point in time when technology would just fucking go right past me, like, because that shit is gonna be expensive. The more that shit comes out and the more updated all of this crap is gonna be, you know, the more behind the curve I'll be like some old useless fuck that will hear about some weird technology and be like, oh, what are you talking about, kids? It's easy, Dad. Just put this fucking chip in your brain. What do you mean? Are you sure it's not the devil? No, you old fuck. It's not the devil. It's technology, you dumbass. Oh, what are you talking about, technology? How do I turn on a computer? That's where old people remind me of is delivering weirdos. Like, dude, it's not that complicated. Nobody, like, nobody's watching TV anymore. And if they are, it's because they're old and they don't want to use a computer or use a fucking iPad or tablet or some shit. Because it's not hard. It's you pay for cable. You're spending between $60 to 100 and something, $200 for some fucking channels, and most of them are not even worth it. Most of them are not even interesting. Yeah, I'd rather watch myself comb my beard, talking to people on YouTube that may or may not watch my video. Definitely more interesting than those fucking weirdos on CNN. Oh, fuck. Trump is funny. He's got like call people on CNN fake news and all these other news outlets fake news. And I mean, he has a good point though. It's like, why should we trust fucking, if we're not supposed to trust like Fox and all these other stations and news channels and sources outlets, so why are we supposed to fucking trust CNN? Fucking, or the Wall Street Journal. They're Wall Street Journal attacking PewDiePie. Why the fuck should we care about the Wall Street Journal? These hard questions. Not really. These are probably fucking stupid questions. I feel whenever I cut my hair, or when my wife cuts my hair, somehow I cut it wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to be very Jewish about my hair, because look, no reason to bust my balls, but if she shaves it, then I'm saving $12 or more, because you have to think gas. You got the money to pay for the haircut. Then if you don't want to feel like shit, you're supposed to tip. It's like an unsaid thing. If you don't tip, then they look at you like you're some kind of fucking cheap dildo douchebag. Okay. But seriously, if you are if you're under a certain age and you want some type of good advice, or if you're a teenager or a young adult and you want decent advice, I would say most people you can't trust. Some of those people may be your family. See what else. You never want to trust fucking strangers, because you have no idea if they're going to be fucking honest or they're just wanting to pretend to be telling you the truth so that way they can take advantage of you later. What you call scammers. Like, we had a scammer. We had a scammer that scammed us out of our home. Like, we paid all this money for this place and got scammed right out of it. And we couldn't do anything about it, because going to small, like a claims court, it wasn't a small claims because it was like the amount was higher, so we would have to go to an actual court to sue over it, and the cost alone is at least half of the money that we would have been suing over. And it just was not worth spending all that money and time to actually go after the person. But I will say that this scammer's name is LaDonna Albury, I think is how you say her last name. But the reason why I'm saying her name is because she's a scammer. If you ever run into her, do not buy anything from her. Do not rent from her. She is a scammer. And how do I know? I just explained how I knew. I can't stand people who are scammers that take advantage of, decent people that just want to, make their way, make their own, living, their own way in life or their own prosperity, whatever it is. They want to have a home. Our home, our two kids really liked our home. It was bigger. And they were upset whenever they found out we had to leave. So we had to move into a smaller place. It's still the same amount of rooms, but it's just the fucking way the shit went was fucked up. We spent all this money buying the place. We fixed up the floor. We spent our money to fix up this floor. And get this fucking floor fixed. It's pretty decent. So we lose all the money from that too, which is some thousands of dollars. We couldn't take that with us. I was just glad to be out of there. I didn't really want to deal with that lady any longer than I had to, because she was just a fucking scummy shithead. What do I mean, scummy shithead? She's the type of fucking bitch. She reminded me of how my mom was. Fucking weird, fucking abusive. She was annoying as fuck. She was really fucking annoying. She's a complete asshole. Like, and then say 2 or 3 different things, and then change what she said, and then said she didn't say those other things. That what she's saying now is what she's saying. She's fucking complete nut. Yeah, I got my shirt off. Fucking deal with it. You fucking big babies. It's fucking a hot state. I really don't give a shit if you don't like me having a shirt off. I'm not telling you to fucking watch me with my shirt off. I really don't give a shit. So when you're telling me, complaining about having a shirt off, just go fucking lick a donkey dick or whatever it is you do whenever you're pissed off about some stupid bullshit on the internet. What I do is whenever I see or read some stupid bullshit on the internet, some stupid little faggot typing some shit, I just back away. I just leave the internet. You don't have to participate or respond to every fucking stupid thing that somebody says to you. So sometimes the best thing to do is to unplug from fucking the unplug from the technology. Hmm. Um, yeah, I'm tired from work. Think with that, I think I'll end this live stream. I appreciate it if you watch, and I got some exciting. God, my eyeball's fucking red. Oh, that just looks fucking gross. It looks like a shitty fucking crystal meth in my eye or some shit. Oh. I fucking hate whenever my eyes fucking run like that. Like a bloodshot nerve or some shit in my eye. It's weird too. Like this eyebrow, like right here, has always went down a little more than this other one over here. So whenever I like a regular look on my face, looks like I'm either kind of pissed off about something or I don't know. I don't know. To me, I just feel normal. Like I know my face doesn't make it look like I'm having a normal look on my face. It looks more like an angry look on my face. But fuck, I hope my sound is working. Somebody could let me know if my sound is working. That would be pretty awesome. And yes, I got in one subscriber today. I am very satisfied with that. I know that's not a lot, but it's better than no subscribers. But like I've said before, me doing this is more therapeutic about talking about things that are on my mind. I guess kind of ranting, you know. No, there was something I didn't mention. You know, growing up, my mom was real odd about this too. Like anything that was specifically, you know, like if you're drawing something, you know, drawing shit, humor, you know, like how the memes are. I would actually draw something like my brother would be like throwing a fit about something, or like yelling or screaming about something. So this, say for instance, I drew him with a big cartoonish head and a small body, like him sitting on the toilet taking a shit while he's like got the screaming face. And so my brother gets mad about it and then whines and tattletales to my mom. So when my mom finds out, she sees the picture and then just like takes it, tears it up or whatever, and throws it away. I mean, and it was a hilarious picture because I captured that whole vibe perfectly in that picture. Same thing, I had a Adam Sandler tape, like an actual tape that you fucking take a pencil, you know, like the jokes on the internet about how we used to take a pencil and rewind it, flip it around, play it, and shit in a radio. Had one of those. You know, it was one of the ones where it was talking about, you know, the mom about something to do with cock and balls, and the mom's talking to the grandma on a phone saying, but they don't want to show their cock and balls. It was a lot of stupid, funny humor, and I think that's the reason why, when she heard that, she took that. It was from my own money that I wanted something that was supposed to be funny, supposed to be humor. Took that personal thing of mine and trashed it. Possessions. If you have kids with possessions, you do not trash their possessions. That's a fucking dick move. Just makes you look like a douchebag, an intolerant douchebag. If you want to punish your kid, go ahead and punish your kid, but don't fucking trash their things, you fucking dicks. Oh, my camera sucks ass. Man, 46 minutes went by pretty fucking quick. But I mean, I'm used to like I'm used to like being at my job, and I'll have to stand there while I'm doing my job for about 10 hours. And that's just to make a living to get by. So 46, 47 minutes is, I guess, is not as long as I thought it was. But it's the fucking weekend. Fuck yeah. That means I don't have to do shit. Eat a dick. Maybe it'll make somebody else happy. But eat a dick. Alright. Peace out. See you faggots later. How the fuck do I end this fucking thing? Is it this button? I'm having a hard time seeing this because I'm fucking technology retarded, and I got this bottom bar on my computer that won't go the fuck away. Let's see if I can fix that. Son of a bitch. Toolbars. This is fucking annoying. What the fuck? God damn it. Oh my god. Yes, I would love to end this live stream. Alright, yeah, dick. I'm out, faggots.